Hello everybody and welcome back to Baldur's Game 3, where today we should be able to take on the Nether Brain. We'll see what happens. We will see how this fight goes. I don't know what happened last time, but I feel like there were some skipped turns. So, in fact, I'm going to save it here, because this is the earliest save I want to go back to. If I fail, I want to go back to this one. Do that. Do that.
My mind.
Yes.
In it.
There we go.
The brain is high above the city now, far away from any innocence. I can end this now. Stop the Absolute and spare the city. The stage is set for my final act. Mistra's bidding and the redemption that lies beyond.
You brought me right where I need to be.
This is so funny
right
to me.
to ask more of you.
Gale, stop trying to kill yourself.
It's time I spirited you to safety. For this is a fate I must face alone. Still, you will be taking unnecessary risks by proceeding. This could all be over in mere moments if I ascend alone. It's now or never.
We ascend together.
You'll be dying in vain. I don't need company to sacrifice myself.
Gale, stop it.
Please. For too long, I've lived in fear of taking a host of innocents with me when I expired. Now at least I can be assured my demise will be saving them instead.
Gale, it's too late.
If you're mistaken, this could be the end of everything. We'll be failing right at the last hurdle.
Trust me.
But I only made it this far thanks to you. Who am I to question such sterling guidance now? Mistra won't be pleased. But perhaps trying to please the gods is a fool's errand. Lead on, then. Shall stay my hand as long as I can. But if the tide of battle turns against us, remember I have the means to bring a swift end to this.
Oh, that's the Emperor's. I didn't notice that before.
There it is, the crown of Carsus, the site of power, the site of domination.
That's it! We have to use the nether stones on the crown. It's the only hope we have.
That bastard.
I know you. I saw you in my dreams.
Oh wow, this time it was Asterion who said that.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses. And so do they.
Asterion, not Asterion.
The crown!
Emperor,
Cast the spell on it!
if you knew everything about us, does he have on him? He has... Hold on. A volatile shield. Affected entity has been granted temporary hit points by an illithid. If these are removed by incoming damage, the shield bursts, possibly stunning nearby foes. Okay, well... That's that. And now we're gonna have him run over here. Because I want to move them around for this one. What's going on here? He's got a fire shield. Oh, he's got a fire shield. So, whereas this guy's got a fire shield warm. Fire shield. Interesting. Strange. Okay. That's the end of his team.
Put your skills to use.
What's this? Hold on. The watch.
Reclaim your home.
I can't call more, can I? Yeah, no. Okay.
Onward.
We're running her up here as well. Now we're wild shaping her into a bear. Actually, we'll do that next turn.
Execute.
This is what we'll do. Just gonna move both of them up here and begin the running this way.
The dice roll in my favor. Of course.
Of course, let's see what happens. Toggle that on for me. Alright, that's him down, and that's only a few of them stunned, which will be fine. Okay.
Survival is
And
all
that-
that matters.
But of course, this is what I want to do. And it will be this. Of course, that'll kill him. Hold on. It says he's psychically dominated. I just wish that I could stop that bit. Anyway. Is this a bonus action? Deals an additional that much. Gains +1 bonus to damage. Put your weapon in oil that transforms target's resistance to vulnerability. 1 to 10. Not sure it's entirely worth it.
Down to one mind flayer.
I don't mind that it provokes an attack of opportunity. Oh, never mind. Nice try, Zevlor, but thank you. These guys immediately are hurt. Nice. Nice. No, thank you. That one's the one that I designed. Well, Fraudus doesn't get to use his next turn. What did he... Oh, he threw it on Zevlor? There goes a few. Okay, I'm not liking how many people are dying. Anyway. Is that an action or a bonus action? That's a bonus action, okay.
Over here.
I would like for you to be pushed all the way off, please. That would be nice. How many hit points do you have? 80? Ugh. For Isabel. It's a little late for that. Zevlor is already dead. Which sucks. Oh, wait, he's not dead. He's alive. Agent of Avernus is Mizora. Sword of the Silverlight is that one. Battle Ready Owlbear is that one. Nice. Okay. And that turn, all forth. Sword. Wild shape into a bear, please. There we go. And that turn. I don't suppose he could push him all the way off? No. You're a creature or object up to 60 feet with a thought. Did that work? No, it did not. Oh well. Yes. Zevlor, heal yourself, please. Okay. Tentacle is... That did that much damage. That hurt her, that hurt her. Nice.
On my way.
His
So much for
turn.
peace.
Now it's my turn. Which I'm annoyed that I don't have haste anymore. But... There's that. Haste again. Do that. End that turn. I was gonna say, you've got to hit at least one, please. That Hellrider Paladin is doing a ton of work. Nice try. But unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna work, Dream Guardian. Nice try, sweetheart. On multiple targets, all targets being me. That's him dead. There goes Zevlor. Uh-oh. Did he stop concentrating on haste? No, she's still hastened. Good. Let's see. Twinned, quickened. Extend spell is not needed. Heightened spell. That makes it 50. Yeah. That does the same. So... Ah, damn, it saved. That sucks. Why isn't she in the turn order? Where is she in the turn order? Where is... Oh, she's up there. Okay. I see. Nice. Saved by the charm.
Concentrate.
Come on. Go. There is enough movement, you silly, silly girl. I'm going to end her turn, even though she still has another action. He goes here, right? And casts this on him. And he's going to end his turn. He's going to go over here. And he's going to cast something on the big dragon guy here. If that were extended, would that work? Do that. 2, 3, 4. The path is interrupted there. That's annoying. 3, 4. 5. And turn. Paratus is still using it. Guys, you really need to work on your rolls. You did not need to go after the Dream Guardian, but thank you. Now, I'm curious here. She is in... just says... Asimar. Someone online said that she was a paladin. And I said, where? Although she does technically have Searing Smite. Lunar Smite. Alright, let's see. Can fly her over. That. Lunar Smite does 931. Nice. Oh. That'll be the end of her turn. Counter spell. You don't get to do that. If this one gets close, she has to deal with Spirit Guardians. Your move, Dream Guardian. That annoys me. Yeah, I figured he might be immune. Please tell me that didn't stop the domination. Oof, Gale needs some healing.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Send it to him, because he needs it. Whoa, what happened? What just happened? Circle Death, sculpt a massive field of entropic energy around a creature, devastate the target and all surrounding areas. You should use him. That won't work. Use your cunning action. Nice. It's gonna be the end of that one. What do I want to do? He's no longer hastened, it looks like. Or is he? No, he's not. Which sucks. But oh well. How do I want to play this? Why does it say my... Let's try that again. 2, 3.
Outflank.
Moving close.
Smart. Life comes easy these days.
Why don't I have Shadowheart? Why don't I have... Oh, suddenly she's stunned. Okay.
Never a dull moment.
I see. Nice. 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 Shouldn't be that hard, just hit him. Stop it. This one's just afraid to move, it looks like. Well, she's out of the fight, it looks like. For now, at least. Counterspell. Let's get her in close. Then what's she gonna do? It's still Mattis, and it's not humanoid. Command. Hold monster. I guess that's gonna have to... Ah, damn it. Eye bite, your eyes become black, cold corridors. Requires that. Mizora. We're gonna lose this one. We're gonna lose this one.
Close. Just keep them back.
Throtus.
My feet.
Nice. He's in.
You feel it. A sudden shift. The brain is weakening. Its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance. Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
This is it. Its will is weakening.
Okay. Step 1. Fly. I do want to check... Okay, so there's nothing I can do about the chains. I cannot cast haste on myself again. So I can just hit it. Multiple times.
Here we go again.
Okay. Is there anything else I can do right now? I can do that. Does this do anything right now? Okay. Mysterium, go on in.
There you are, you wretched thing. Time to die.
It's too bad he doesn't have Misty Step. Every time he says that, he sounds like he's struggling to say it. It's really kind of funny to me. I mean, now would be the time.
Its will is weakening. We have the upper hand. Time to end this.
No time like the present.
Alright, Guardian of Faith. Nice. Oh. That's less nice. That's annoying, in fact. Anyway, when the wizard gets in here, which he should do,
This is our chance. Farewell to the Nether Brain. Step to
I'm
it.
gonna have her heal him. Yeah.
My faith will protect me.
Heal the wizard. Only 13? Okay, sure.
What fools these mortals be.
Okay. Gonna end his turn. Could you guys, like, actually maybe take him for some damage, please? What is happening? Okay. I don't know why it keeps jumping back and forth. Okay. Okay. Orpheus is now no longer dominated, which is great. There goes that one. There goes that one. There goes another one. Alright. Jeez, okay. Okay. So, Orpheus. Oh, come on. Give me control over Orpheus, please. Enter the hole.
Will is weakening. The brain is almost defeated.
Yes, I agree. Okay. Fist of Unbroken Air. There's nothing I can do. I thought just his death. Hit the brain. Yeah, there. That didn't do anything. Okay, sure.
This feels good.
Alright. Now, how do I get him down there? Is the question. Because I need to get him here, which means I need to cunning action, right?
Yes, here.
It's in there. He should be able to reach that, shouldn't he? If the target is concentrating, you heal as much. Escape. What do... I guess we go back up here? Question mark? It's mildly annoying, but okay, I guess. Sure. Plan is for you to get your butt out of harm's way immediately, like this.
Have to keep going.
And then we're gonna do this. Please work. Nice. Okay. So, that's gonna hurt it. I wish I could heal him, but I can't.
Rough tempest I will raise.
Yeah, I know. Jump him down. Five. 120. Does he have anything to heal himself with? He does. But does drinking cost an action? What? Hold on. It costs a bonus action, which I used. Okay. Run him over here at least.
Where do I go from here?
Well, the first thing you can do is be smart and drink something that'll heal you. Which I don't seem to have on my person, it looks like. Okay. That's that. Okay.
Impossible. Pain. Fear. Terror.
Canon ending.
Reconsider. Assess. Implore. Surrender.
Shut it out! It's on the precipice. Push it over!
Oh, Asterion, thank you.
Join me. Wield me. Become absolute.
All right, it's time. Let's end this.
Alright, Fratus, what are you gonna do? Command the brain to destroy the tadpoles and then itself, or dominate the brain, become the absolute, conquer the world. We're gonna command the brain to destroy the tadpoles.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids.
Good.
The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling.
Gale, go get it.
Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
Oh. It froze. Just imagine that we're falling. There we go. Poor guys. Nice. I don't know why the assets aren't loading in properly. I think that's Sorcerer Sundries. Yeah, that is.
Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
I wonder, as an illithid, can you, like, make an illusion of yourself, of how you were as a human? Well, humanoid.
Loss of a mind is a terrible thing, but this time, I think I'll make an exception.
And I'm still standing in the sun. This is incredible. Maybe whatever had changed in me was permanent.
I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means I can't turn into a mind flayer. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
Thanks. That was very insensitive of you. I did what was necessary.
I will ensure that all Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane. With their lost prince returned, my people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you, the illithid who defied a netherbrain.
I'd rather be remembered for who I was before.
As you wish, my savior. My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Come, Lae'zel. We will free the Githyanki and dismantle the Empire. Let them be imprisoned no longer.
Your duty is to your people, Lae'zel. Go with Orpheus. Lead them to freedom.
It will be done. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains. Your will is strong, Rastil. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. Orpheus, I am ready.
Kulas! Kuthas!
Oh.
Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
Godspeed, Lae'zel.
We With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. You are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if not manipulation, then consumption. Soon you will not be able to trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption. Or not. Perhaps you are unique among illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature. A rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor.
No.
The risk is certainly yours to take. Will you?
Like Ammelium. I will survive, but I will be ready to take my life if I feel the slightest loss of control.
You have thwarted the illithid grand design. You have defeated 3 chosen and a nether brain. You are miraculous. And you have earned the right to live. Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
The crown. It's somewhere in the Gionthar. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. And once I have, I'll return it to Mystra. She'll cure me of my affliction. And I'll finally be free.
Better yet, you'll be her chosen again.
And a more deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, I'm growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, but I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mystra will summon me soon enough, but until then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
And quick rest, and then to work. There's a lot of good a mind flayer could do in this world, and I intend to do it.
Your intellect will be valuable indeed, so long as it remains uncorrupted.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh God. Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
I suppose that's the last time any of us will see him. And the last time I'll ever see the sun.
Talk about a bittersweet ending.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do?
Did fine.
So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw... Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
Go to Avernus. Go with Will.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlak, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
I agree.
You can't.
Go, Karlak. Will be with you. You won't be alone anymore.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlak.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
And that leaves Shadowheart. Shadowheart, whom we might have to break up with.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Last night was an experience. But I don't think you've changed quite as much as some might think. I'd recognize that vigor anywhere. It sounds like the city's trying to get back on its feet already. Normal life is returning. Which means things are about to become decidedly more difficult for you. Perhaps you could wear a mask. Say you're a leper, or have taken religious vows to conceal your face.
That's sweet. I cannot conceal what I am.
No. And I wouldn't ask you to, in truth. You're living proof of the sacrifice you made. But I fear others may not see it that way. After what this city's been through, people will scarcely tolerate cuttlefish at the fishmonger's stall, never mind a full-blown mind flayer in their midst. Do you know what this means?
Yes. I have to leave.
All those people you saved. Most of them will never know what you did. But you know. And so do I. I'll never forget. I need to get you out of here. It was difficult enough smuggling you in here covered in cloaks. It'll only get worse as normalcy returns.
Is this how we part ways?
I think so. Yes. At least for now. You need to take care of yourself. Keep out of danger. Perhaps there is some way, some unfathomable way we can still see each other eventually. Such a thing must exist, surely. So I refuse to call this farewell. Just until next time.
Thank you, Shadowheart.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. My engines calmed down.
She's alive. Are the credits supposed to be rolling? Or are we supposed to be seeing Gale now?
I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zara's going to come at us with everything she's got. Gods, like clockwork. They'll be on us soon. There's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out. Just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
So I had to manually trigger the cutscene. Oops. Right. And that, I believe, is the end. Thank you guys for joining me on this adventure. I've enjoyed this game. It's quite the journey.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you and Shadowheart have seen more of Faerun than you ever thought possible. She no longer shies from wolves or water. Nothing in the world frightens her anymore. And you feel you could face anything by her side. One day, you receive a letter passed to you by a stranger who bows with deference. An invitation to a gathering of the friends and allies who stood by your side in the fight against the Absolute. You waste no time in packing and set off on the long road back to where all of your adventures together began.
To the Emerald Grove. Lisa, what's happened?
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute. Tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Thank you, Withers.
Look where city now bears a face I know well.
A familiar sight.
He's
Scratch
holding
can't
the.
quite speak around the thing he has in
He's
his
holding the
mouth.
artifact. How sweet. What's that you've got this time?
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been so good. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to play with.
I'm glad you've fared well since our adventures together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you.
Thank you, Scratch. Selenite slippers. Here. Scratch.
Must be on my way.
I got it.
Friend? Friend! You came!
How are you doing there?
Big brother Scratch, too! Happy.
Oh, we're not allowed to see. I'm petting him with my mind.
Yes. Miss this. More.
You always want more pets. You're a lot bigger than Scratch now.
Yes. Big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother.
I'm glad Withers brought you here. What have you been doing since we last met?
Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave.
Sounds like you need someone to look after you. How about you come home with Shadowheart and I?
Nice lady. She gives pets and tasty things. I like her. I go to her.
I didn't expect to be nervous. But seeing everyone here like this, it's strange, isn't it? I feel like I must have dreamed the last few months. Now I'm waking up back in camp with my hair smelling like wood smoke and fallen leaves stuck to my backside.
Don't worry, you'll start enjoying yourself in no time. No. Your backside is fine, trust me. I've been checking regularly.
Oh, I've noticed. Ever since I first slipped into my camp garments, I should think. So, we should divvy up what we tell people about what we've been doing these past few months. I'd hate to be a bore that comes along and regurgitates the same story to someone moments after you've told them. Any ideas?
I'm your willing accomplice in all things. What do you think is worth telling?
Well, there's the visit to the House of the Moon, fending off Sharan assassins. That stray imp that joined us. Bing Bong, wasn't it? We've squeezed in a lot. and I'm glad I got to share it all with you. I'm sure we'll have them hanging off our every word. I'll leave you to do some mingling, unless you need anything else.
What I truly need is a kiss.
That can be arranged.
I just wish I wasn't a weird squid monster. I finally get a cutscene kiss. And I'm not me. I'm so
Almost
sad.
a shame we're with company. I'd be tempted to let you whisk me away someplace quiet.
Later. I'll be back soon.
With music in the air and wine flowing, I think I'll manage. Don't get into trouble, but if you must, fetch me first.
I finally get my cutscene kiss, and the game decides to pull a fast one on me and say, "Nah, you're an illithid. You."
There you are. There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Oh, I have a +5 to intelligence now.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I noticed the scent of sulfur. It's awful. Is that you?
By the good gods. How bad do I reek? Ugh, shit. Dried devil's blood. Stinks like a skunk squatting in an aboleth's corpse. No wonder. Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in.
I will. And Mizora, what part does she play in all this?
She's kept me on a long leash, if you can believe it. Every target she's set me on's been a demonic intruder. Tenari assassins who slip into Avernus. Armonites that amass near the sticks. My next target's the most challenging yet, or so she says. I don't know much more. Only that it's no demon, but a devil.
Probably Raphael.
I'm not worried. Not when Karlach's got my back. I swear she could scare the eyes off a beholder.
Have you had any time to visit your father?
I've seen him more than a few times. And he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine.
Oh, that's sweet.
He still believes in the bow and the blade, but he's teaching the fist a new lesson.
I've missed traveling with you. You were a pleasure to be around, I say as I barely ever interacted with him.
I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side.
Good.
Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry. To speak is not enough. You wish to explore the brain of your friend.
Volo's still bloodless.
Will's frontal lobe, which processes his judgment and measured words, would be a delicacy befitting his nobility.
Canon, we are not doing this. I will save scum this. Okay.
This is highly illogical. There are plenty of other craniums awaiting your suction. And this is a prize ally. And besides, this brain before you, its endorphins are in a joyous flow. It is a wonderful scent. The odor of friendship.
That is something that, the Emperor could never say. What's in here? Oh, look at that! All of the dyes. Even the special one? No, not the special one. That's cool. They give you, like, all of the clothes. Not that it matters what I wear as a Mind Flayer. Volo, I wanted to hear what you have to say, because you're always entertaining.
Yes! You're here! Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking, well. Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post.
Have you come seeking a statement for your next tell-all?
Oh, I wouldn't bother you with such things during a party. And anyway, I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You
I'm not sure if that's
help me
comforting.
with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
It's a little on the nose. You can do better, yeah?
Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only accepting complimentary feedback at this time. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you.
I'll write the foreword.
Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
Sure. There's no music. What happened to the music? Hold on.
So you made it! Now it really is a party.
Well, new light is what he's performing.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
You seem glum. I thought bards were meant to be full of pep and joy.
I find it hard to summon up the trademark pep these days. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little.
How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor. One he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another.
What were you doing in the fugue plane?
Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
Musical prayers were once offered to Melil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded after offending the trickster god Cyric.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid.
Even mind flayers appreciate a good tune. It's an honor to meet the Lord of Song.
You know? You're bloody right. It is an honor. Finally. The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture. What can I do you for?
Please carry on as you were.
Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
And no music still.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you.
It is.
I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so tentacly.
My mucous membranes are self-cleaning. Thank you for noticing.
You can't miss it. So shiny. Haven't seen any mind flayers anywhere in Avernus, I must say. Never thought I'd miss them. War's a dirty business. But having Will around has been incredible. Fucker's even better at killing devils than yours truly. We don't have much time to chat, but just knowing he's there makes all the difference. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier.
Good. I'm glad you might be able to fix your heart.
Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out?
You can try. As long as the devil doesn't put too many holes in you, of course.
Please. You know me, an absolute beast on the battlefield. I'll be fine. Probably.
Probably.
Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here, together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise.
All over the world, but is there one bottle of fresh blood?
Where's Gale? I feel like I'm missing Gale.
Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. At least I assume it's you in there. It's a little hard to tell. How have you been since, everything?
I admit it's not been easy.
No, I imagine not. I am sorry. I wish things had worked out differently for you, but... well, no use dwelling on it, is there?
That's genuine. That's real. Now, the last time I saw you, you were fleeing from the sun. What happened?
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again. Burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. I'm sorry I didn't seek you out that night. I felt... ashamed. Like I'd lost everything just as you claimed your victory. I didn't want you to see me like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. And for all I'd lost, I gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero.
Oh, have you?
It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
I mean, I could have told you that.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time.
Sure.
It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people, instead of terror. Well, I do try to inspire a little terror. I'm still me, after all.
Do you ever miss walking in the sun?
I did at first. But then I realized. These shadows, this darkness, it's all a part of me. I spent too long defined by what other people did to me, the choices other people made for me. But that's over now. This is who I am. In all my glory, for better and for worse.
I'm glad to hear it. Acceptance looks good on you.
That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy. We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special.
Sure.
Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Now, I would like to see... That's Withers. Where's Gale? That's what I want to know. There he is. Talk to Gale in a moment. Let's talk to Lae'zel first.
Old friend. For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
You're looking a bit less solid than I expected.
A bit. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection, and all of mine to convince him to let me come. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Oh, in this run through, I didn't have her in the Emerald Grove. I couldn't he couldn't correct her for Faerun. Okay. Your efforts to topple Blackith are well underway then.
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zereth Minyaragith.
Zereth Minyaragith. Care to explain?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Algish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Hold on. Hold on, hold on. The great warrior Lae'zel on a diplomatic mission.
I was as surprised as anyone when Orpheus spoke the order. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free.
That's the fire I'm used to.
But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
When will I see you again?
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust. I miss this place. More to the point, I missed you. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
Very well. Gale!
Ah. Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in.
Good to see you're here.
Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
But you're an abjuration... You're an abjuration... an abjuration wizard. Why are you... Interesting. I see Mr. didn't smite you.
She did not. I'm delighted to report. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
Perhaps that's a good thing. I'm sure they're far better students than I was.
Ah, so you still remember our little lesson?
Yeah.
A pity we can't repeat it now. I'm quite certain you'd pass with flying colors. If nothing else, you'd give it more enthusiasm than some of my current apprentices. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
The cheek of them! Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
I'm assuming...
What of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
I found someone who loves me, even in this form. Happiness is the best word for what I feel.
And I couldn't be happier for you. A fitting reward for the sacrifices you made in getting here. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'll be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
Hold on. Perhaps Shadowheart and I can give the lecture together.
I don't see why not. Two heads are better than one. Unless you're dealing with an Etin. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower.
That little shrug.
It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come.
And I think That's everyone. I've talked to Volo, I've talked to all of them. What are in all of these? Oh, wait. Hold on. Grateful words. To the Mlagir, who freed me. To Lae'zel, Tlak-Maagir, my words come to you on slate, for they are immutable and eternal. You are not just liberators, you are the warriors of the comet, whatever land you travel, whatever sea you cross, whatever plain you grace. Vlaakith's pawns fall one by one, at the hands of my faithful. But the city of death stands, and the queen sits on her vile throne at its center. But we stand at the precipice. Lae'zel, thanks to you, we are soon to restore an old kinship, and Vlaakith will burn in the fires thus stoked. The protocols are written anew. And you, Mlagir, I dedicate the first. All who call themselves Gith shall unite under one sky. Githkai Tavkim, crashed Orpheus. Tav. That's all nice. An official guild letter. To the hero of the realms, we have followed your adventure closely. From the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid, to the final blow you struck the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories, not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come.
A keen eye for a nice vintage.
How inspired!
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these? God,
there's the music.
I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
How inspired. We have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible. The lives you saved and sundered, the friendships you found. Thus, we thought to extend a greeting, to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deep gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. Valeria. I know that name. Salutations. Oh, that's Valeria. I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Baldian farce a half-year ago. Regrettably, I've had to take the credit for dispelling the Bolt cult, in your absence, you understand, and I'm working on routing the remaining Boltists from our fair city, with newly promoted Blaze Develer Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public.
All over the world, but is there one bottle of fresh blood?
An alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elfsong. If you happen to be passing through with a bindle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of Hell. Yes. Any advice on getting Ballast blood out of my cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. No clue. Oh, this is from the Duke. Hero of Baldur's Gate, vanquisher of the Absolute. The city is forever in your debt. For without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be a city. Can never be the city it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch. And that is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They have come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty of Portash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fist will learn to be true servants of the people. And I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravengard. Halcyon! I don't like him.
It smells
My
so
friend.
good here.
I was truly heartened to learn of your success in the fight against the Absolute. The whole of the Sword Coast and beyond owes you a debt that can never be repaid. I dearly wish I could have joined in your moment of celebration, but the Shadow Curse remains, and so my vigil must continue. Perhaps I shall yet discover a way to restore light to this place, but until then, the memories of my time traveling with you shall sustain me through all manner of hardships. If the Oak Father is kind, one day I shall feel the warmth of the sun, and know the joys of your company once again. Yours until the end, Halcyon. Voss. Which one is Voss? Gift wrap. Ah. Shellac. The Prince of the Comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle. Blackith's death draws nearer. And we have taken to the astral plane. Slaughter all who must be slaughtered. And spread the air's truth.
Scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these.
That's a good question, Shadowheart.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
You know, I believe that that is something that auto selects selected. Anyway. And spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms with us as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or travelled to creches, dedicating themselves to Orpheus as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. Okay, Shadowheart, that's the second time.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread.
But your allies do not call themselves the Children of Gith. Zereth Menyar Agith, the Gith's God King, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable, but Orpheus has spoken. If Vlaakith is to fall, mayhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss, Knight of the Comet. Edvard. Who is Edvard? I don't remember Edvard. Small extract of a self-published polemic tabloid. A note is attached to the top. I will not be silenced. E. Friends, Baldurians, my people, consider our loss. Our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed.
Fresh air. By the living gods, I need it.
This is the tabloid. This is the guy who ran the mouth of the Baldur's Mouth. That's what it was. Our upper city's library demolished. The very beating hearts of our great city, the right to speak freely dead upon the cobbles because I changed because I changed the article that he put out. That's hilarious. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator. His allies and colleagues tossed aside. Former publications of repute, turning to censorious farces. I ask you. That's hilarious.
I can eat a beholder. What's cooking?
Sebastian. After so long in a vampire's cell, I've almost forgotten how to ride. Never mind what to ride. But what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you your life back? Or gave some kind of life, at least.
This seems pretty red, but... no, not even close.
After you killed Cazador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood. In gods did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, but most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's housepawn claimed us, homed us, and took control. They found some old ruins. Some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here. The dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either. And that's thanks to you. You looked in our cages and saw people,
Good song,
not
good company,
monsters.
and good wine from the looks of it.
And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you, now and forever, Sebastian. The Gur. To the Sparnastarian. Greetings from the family of Ulma, hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable, indeed. It has been an inspiration for our children who have struggled with their own hunger. These last few... I'm going to change the accent soon.
Over this any day.
These last months have been a difficult time for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best we can. And we have learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold on to the undead now protects them from their
Beautiful
selves.
night. I wish it could last forever.
There have been a lot of pain. There's been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children learned discipline and control, while we learned compassion and patience. There was a time we would have called any undead creature. We would have destroyed any undead creature, our blood or not, and called it a mercy. But then we met you. We saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes. Painful. But possible. You saved our children, first from Cazador and then from us. For that we thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Astarion. Alfira. Hello, friend! See, Alfira did have an English accent. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have such amazing news. You know how Lucressa was working insane hours at the Elfsong Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning all excited and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside it. A plaque with your and Lihala's names on it. And School of Music beneath.
What's cooking?
I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It was the cutest house you'd ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bars from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Lucressa had to quit the Elfsong to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night. And I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometimes. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. A letter from Damon. I don't remember Damon. Hey there. Would you mind passing this to Karlach? Thanks a mil. Karlach, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you've found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you, please? Yours faithfully, Damon. Let me take Damon, and let me take the letter from the Gur. Because the Gur is to go to Astarion. Elminster. Gale, my boy. Well, Gale should be reading this. I can't do his voice. I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste in sweetmeats, and your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense, at least. I hope you feel Mr. treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep. Or your library, for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster. Well, that's nice. Gonna give that to Gale. Nocturne. Which one was Nocturne? I don't remember.
The whole gang is here.
Oh, Nocturne was Shadowheart's friend from the Shar. From the Sharian Embassy. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short as I remain surrounded by Shard's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of the bravery that you did, and walk away from this life. Until then I shall keep safe, and hold memories of you as my one ember of light, amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again, yours always, Nocturne. Aw, give that to Shadowheart. I had a dream last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you. And you're here with me. And I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed. And you asked if I was happy. Nobody ever asked that for so long, but I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words to answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me now. They were Raphael's once, but now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery, the boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any one wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know. I am hope, and I persist because of you. Oh, that's nice. Mayrina. Thought I'd reach out first for once. Finally had my baby. A beautiful boy. Can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night. I barely slept. It's the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor, after his dad. I thought you were naming him Ferratus. I am appalled.
By the living gods, I needed it.
With Ethel gone, myself and some other ag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's about how to kill hags, but you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me, Mayrina. I have letters to give out.
After everything, this feels nice. A chance to take a breath, metaphorically speaking.
Oh, it won't offer me the opportunity to give these people that? I would love to hand
I can't
things
believe
away.
this is real. Never thought we'd gather like this again. It's quite... yes. It's really quite lovely. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'm gonna see if I can hug Karlach. She probably deserves it.
Look at this place. At us. This is the best party I've ever been to.
No, I can't hug her.
It smells so good here.
Don't worry, friend. I'll be sure to send your royalties by post once the manuscript's published. I'm certain I have your address around here somewhere.
Oh, he's playing Endless Spring.
Good company and good wine from the looks of it.
Now this is all foodstuffs. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that I am missing before I finish this little bit. just a crate. Man, this was
Withers has
quite
a
the
keen
journey.
eye for a nice vintage. Why were we
Baldur's Mouth
scrounging
Gazette?
in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these? God, I remember one evening when we had to eat
6 months
14
since the
apples,
assassination of
some
Archduke
fish heads, and a
Gortash.
stale
Yeah.
loaf of bread just to
Yeah.
get by.
Witnesses encounter vampire spawn and live to tell the tale, which is good. Janeth House is to host Evening of Art and Culture, celebrating salvation. Elturian refugees refusing to integrate. That's not good. New Bardic School. Tiefling founder secures upper city funding. Monument plan for Heroes of the High Hall. Last holdout cultist cleared from the Temple of Baal. Good. No settlers return from lands upriver. Curse persists. Darn. Volothamp Gedarn's
this seems
Guide
pretty
to
rare,
Baldur's
but-
Gate. Bard seeks contributors to newest edition.
Not even close.
Not a goblin creature spotted crawling along Elfson Bar, reported to be a Gith Yankee giant. Oh. Oh! Well, I guess we'll find out, shall we? Umberley, Priesthood. Priesthood tight-lipped over killings. Oh, yeah. Ravenguard returned to full strength. Good. Gondians disband. Gon's time is come and gone. That sucks. Serial killer unmasked as crazed ballist. Yes. Thorm's army dispersed from Baldurian borders. Beloved no more. Minsk slain in service of the Absolute. 6 months on. Ramazith's tower is without its wizards. Wizard, singular. Oh, right, because we didn't give Rollo... The Wide remembers. Statue of the late High Harper erected where beloved Ranger once stood. Because it wouldn't let me... Absolute emergency over. Declares Fist. Last Illithids rooted from sewers. Baldur's Mouth editor resigns. Links to Gortash regime unfounded. Black market black magic. Devil's fee goods still unaccounted for. Daughter of disgraced general returns to Wraithwind, serves as local healer. Oh, that'd be Isabel. Selenite outpost decimated by unknown assailant, now protected by the Sword of Saloon. Dame Aelin. That'd be around where we are. Sheres's recounter Raphael reported dead.
The past made present.
No doubt about it.
I'm glad for it.
Engine's cooking hot
For
in here.
this.
Again, just making sure we didn't miss anything. And then I will talk to Withers. Selenite's slippers are for Shadowheart, likely, right? Yeah, that's everything. I guess I'll put these here so that they'll be dispersed properly, hopefully.
Well, some people.
And now we speak to Withers. Remember when this was a ruin? I remember when this was a ruin. Scroll of Circle Death, scroll of that. Volo's Guide to Baldur's Gate. And a Mind Flayer specimen, the Book of Willing Souls. Assets of Plain Tar Feather, recipe of arcane cultivation. He looks like he's moved in here. What's in here? Nothing. A list of Baldurians and deaths that befell them. Beneath an annotation from Withers. Souls snuffed out in the battle for Baldur's Gate. Perhaps some might deign to return, should their city ever have need again. Savrin Ortholo, crushed by a falling roof as he held the doors for others to flee. Nance D. charged a mind flayer that entered her granddaughter's room, died with her second-best scissors in his eye. Borelli Quickflint brought a nautiloid down over the bay.
This one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I feel satisfied. I accomplished everything I wanted to. Most everything.
I am pleased to hear it. The satisfaction of one's intention is, to my surprise, a rare accomplishment. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
So the greatest friends I could dream of. Everyone approves.
To you.
Oh. I got 3 achievements. Hero of the Forgotten Realms, Ceramorphosis, and one other. I really liked that game. That was really nice. I don't mean to become like a Baldur's Gate channel specifically, although I might. There are a few videos I want to do, particularly on this. But I want to do a video where my dad plays through this with me. If I can. There are a few games I want to play with Dad, and then I want to make a video on each of the characters, the main characters of the game. Perhaps the villains and then the heroes. I definitely want to make a video analyzing the Emperor. But man, there was a lot that went into this game. It was really good. And I'm gonna force you all to sit through the credits. I just wish there was a way I could have beaten the game. I do wish there was a way we could have done it without becoming a mind flayer. And without the Emperor betraying us. And you know, supposedly there is. I'll have to try it. How many parts was this? This is nearly like 40 parts. And there's still one on the way. I would like a cinematic fully voiced cut of this game. And I mean, I know it's mostly fully voiced, but like voiced protagonist as well, which means you'd have to get someone to voice it. Ideally, I'd like myself to voice it if I'm being selfish, but sorry, I was lowering the volume.
I feel your breath upon my neck, a soft caress as cold as death.
But I know that me voicing the protagonist isn't realistic. I do want to talk a little bit about the characters, how much I really like them. So far, I like Shadowheart. I think Shadowheart's the best companion, with Astarion being a close second. I'd actually for Gale.
It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. This ain't my scene.
But I think it's funny how complicated the Emperor is, because I joke with my friends when I talked about what happened with what the Emperor did. I called him a little bitch. Oh, I thought the voice of the Absolute was the narrator. Interesting. But it tracks with his character. He's an idiot. I mean, he is somewhat smart, but he's an absolute idiot because he has no tact, really. Or the tact that he has is all wrong. It's all backwards because he thinks... I don't know how to put it into words. He doesn't think he can fail, necessarily. Which is part of the tragedy of the true ending, which is actually freeing Orpheus, as far as I'm aware. Because at every turn, he makes what is effectively the wrong decision and tries to justify it, such as lying about his identity. And then when you see him, he is like, all right, fine, I am a mind flayer, and then he knows that dupe is up, but he doesn't stop trying to dupe you. Every single time. Every word out of his mouth is some form of manipulation, which is great for his character. Knowing that, his, quote, betrayal there near the end, where he just decides, you know what, if you don't trust me, I'm gonna work for the Netherbrain. It makes sense because his primary goal is self-preservation. That is his primary thing. When he dominated Stelmane, it's because she would have killed him otherwise. When he killed Ansur, it was because... or Ansur, sorry. it was because he would have killed him otherwise. He is still, however, so egotistical that he thinks that when Ansur saved him from the Elder Brain, that was just him breaking free. And then the second time, when the Nether Brain allowed him to leave, he thought that was him breaking free again, even though he never broke free from its control. Not until he was in the presence of Orpheus, but at that point the Nether Brain had done what it needed to him in order to make him subservient, even without its input. All right, it's gonna cut out for a moment while I lower. So, when he left, it was just to preserve himself because he thought that Orpheus would kill him. Regardless of whether or not Orpheus would have killed him. I don't think Orpheus would have killed him, actually. Orpheus would have allowed him to live in service of Orpheus had he gone and taken on the Nether Brain with the stones. I think that's what would have happened. I think that's in line with Orpheus's character. In fact, Orpheus, if I'm going to do videos about him, Orpheus would be the easiest character to do a video on, because he's barely involved in the game and there's very few dialogue options with him, and so there's not too much to explore. He'd be the most straightforward. But the tragedy of him is he thought that he couldn't fail, and ultimately he did. And I can't say that, I honestly can't say that I didn't enjoy killing him. Because I did. The next video you see on this game will be what I consider the true canon ending, where we go through and I'll try to pull all the tricks I can to not become a mind flayer. Technically, I think the true canon ending is Orpheus becoming a mind flayer, but I'm not 100% sure. I think the canon ending is a ball spawn. It's either a ball spawn becoming a mind flayer and stopping everything, or a ball spawn freeing Orpheus becoming a mind flayer and stopping everything. But in any case, what I would consider the true canon ending for Ferratus, specifically, for our Tav, would be he manages to dominate the Nether Brain the first time. And so I will be safe scumming that a bit, and that one will be a little more edited. And then he dominates all those checks. He goes, and I bring the entire crew, not just the 4 with me. And then we all take on the Nether Brain together. Which, I mean, I agree, it will completely trivialize that final battle. But I think that we will be able to... I think that would be a bit more of a cinematic ending. Although I will say having 5 people in there was already hard enough to maneuver because of how little space there is and how much that guy, the Nether Brain, likes to destroy its surroundings. Congratulations, Larian, on a phenomenal game. I've heard Divinity Original Sin 2 is also really good. It's one of my friend's favorite games, like, ever, and he's been trying to get me to play it for a while, and this game might actually make me want to try it. I do have the original Divinity. I played it a few years ago. I wasn't recording, and I got frustrated because I didn't fully understand the mechanics of it. So I dropped it pretty quickly. I think I understand the mechanics a lot better now. And so I think I'll revisit the first one and then try the second one. And I look forward to Larian's next game in like 12 years. Whether or not I experience that with you, we will have to see. I do really want to play this game through as Gale. And I'm going to try and focus Gale's his nether orb. You can actually end the game in Act 2 by letting Gale use his nether orb. The problem is that ends it improperly, and I think it ends it improperly. It might actually end the game improperly if you do it at the end of the game, but that would be something in character if you're playing as Gale to do. You would use the Netherese orb to destroy the indomitable will of the Netherbrain. I would love to work at this company as a writer. I think that would be amazing. And I hope that I'm up to snuff when doing it, you know? Because there's a lot they took into consideration with this game. And I hope that I'm skilled and or talented enough to at least help produce something like this. It's really funny, on that last bit, I keep hearing people say that the third act was rushed, which I don't necessarily think it was. And that... I mean, yeah, if you're bum rushing the main story, this game is not a game... Like Skyrim, you can bum rush the main story and you miss very, very little. This game, you bum rush the main story, you miss a ton. I wouldn't say the third act was rushed. I think what happened made sense, given the options you were given. They brought in a lot of other production companies as well for this. How much money did it cost to make this thing? The level of production is insane, and I'm fairly certain they've recouped their losses on this. Now, there was one really cool feature that I heard about from Early Access, and that's the Down by the River song. That was meant to be sung from the perspective of an NPC named Daisy, who did eventually be retooled into being the Emperor. But Daisy was meant to be an internal presence in your mind that was just trying to tempt you. She was going to be a romanceable companion, and she was meant to tempt you into giving into the parasite's will, forcing you to transform without you knowing it, because she'd be seducing you in a more tactful, I guess, way than the Emperor did. Subtle. Not tactful, subtle. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. I hope you all enjoyed playing this game with me. Well, playing it experiencing this game with me. I would love to have streamed it. Unfortunately, my internet is not in a position where I can stream it, nor is my audience in a position where streaming would make that much of a difference, regrettably. I do think this game deserved Game of the Year. It challenged a lot in terms of game making. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's revolutionary for its genre, but in terms of making a game, especially in the modern age, I think that it deserved it. It was funny too, because when I looked at all of the Game of the Year stuff, and I heard the nominees, I thought Baldur's Gate would have had it, and I hadn't even played much. I think I'd played the first act and unintentionally bum rushed most of the second at the time the Game Awards came out. But I wasn't surprised. And I think the thing that this game does that won it the VGA is that it was incredibly interactive. It was one of, in the truest sense of the words, the most interactive game experience, at least I've experienced, but probably most standard gamers have experienced. The sheer amount of choices you can make to change the narrative in any given way, even if the broad strokes were the same. The minutia, it was all very, very different. Like, I'm playing through on a Dark Urge character, and it's so different than my primary, because I'm taking more time to look at stuff. I'm taking more time to interact with every character that I meet. And that's the other thing, is that there's so much thought in this game. It actually surprised me that it only took 6 years to make this, if I'm being honest. With the amount of interaction and everything, I'd have expected a game like this to take much longer. But there's so much different in it. Some of it I'm going through in the same way. Like my Dark Urge, I did still, in the Goblin Camp, I did still take out the 3 leaders instead of luring them into a war. But I didn't kill Minthara. And so I'm going to be seeing her later in the game. I took out Dror Ragzlin in one turn. Well, Dror Ragzlin and half of the Goblin Camp in one turn, which is insane. Playtesters chosen by the Absolute. There's just so much. Like, I ran into Ethel at the Goblin Camp, believe it or not. And then I interacted with Mayrina's brothers. She has brothers, if you guys didn't know that. It's absolutely insane how much you can do. And how different things can be. Like, I didn't know you could expose Kaga for working with the Shadow Druids. You can do that. That's the thing. That's a plot. See, I just kind of left it as it was. I didn't really know Halsin had a quest in the second act, which is why it is the way that it is. But then again, there's no love lost there. I didn't necessarily like Halsin anyway. This is great. And also really good music. I would pull up the playlist on Spotify whenever I would open at the place that I would work, and as I'm walking through, making sure security is what it is. I'm just listening to the soundtrack of Baldur's Gate. It's hilarious. Not hilarious, but it's great. I kind of want to play as a bard to see what happens when I'm playing music. But I don't know. I do wish, though, that my entire camp could have been... At least when when Withers gathered everyone, I wish that my entire camp could have been there. At this point, I'm just enjoying the music. I've run out of things to say. Oh, you can. Val, for everything. Lars, Mattis, Lara, and Alexandra for everything. My parents for everything. Gustav for being Gustav. Push Westward for all their support, their love, and TikTok ideas. Ilona and Nobu, 2 survivors who made me stronger every day. Masha, Kasia, and Ubi. Thanks to my friends, my family, and my other QA teammates for making this stream possible. Becky for your patience and being a wonderful star, and for Fluffy Sunny for being the best boy. Special thanks to my son Edward for his patience and love. To my fur babies, Winston and Willow, I work hard to support your tuna dreams. My wife, Rachel. And my lovely Botlight M. Thank you, Anna, for your patience. My friends, family, and board game group for their encouragement and support. Wouldn't be here without it. Luis Alberto y Maria Isabel, thank you for making my dreams come true. Laia, for being the best life companion I could ever have. And Tani, for existing and making both our lives even better. To my family, my friends, my partner, and my Dragonflow, along my TTRPG games, where it was a blast to play Ixiel, Belcro, Talon, Thurcare, and Nesvalin as they helped and inspired me during this incredible journey. Hashtag Team Badger. To Ana Rosa, my ever-loving wife, for your support and our wonderful children. To my friend Carl for simply being awesome. Thanks to my mother Neves and my brothers Carla and Jose. Brother Carla? They have always believed in me and have supported me in this adventure. Thank you to my dog muses Zoltan, Wolfgang, and Mingus. Thanks to my partner Paula and my cats Gallo and Mochi for supporting me every day. To Tamara Brackman, more than words, thank you for the love and support. Lucas and Xander, my best friends. Oscar for being happy to see me come home every day. A big thank you to my husband, Jo Young, and my son, Song Jun, for their indeflective support. Saringhai. I apologize for butchering that. Thank you, ma'am, for letting me ignore school and skip sleep to play video games. Thank you, Kelly, for wanting a guy that only wants to play video games. Blame the above. Thank you, Dad, for leaving early in life, but I got away with it. Marjolaine St. Eves, thanks for being my life, keeping me alive, and keeping everything else. And everything else. Wow, a lot of dedications. To my Dawn and Flower. I'm gonna start calling my girlfriend that. Darth Godlike. See, that song should have been the end of the credits. There's so many people worked on this. Did they include all of their thanks? I was gonna be like, I'm gonna read all of them, but I guess not. I don't want to skip through these. These are dedications in loving memory. I don't want to. Oh, Baldur and Babes. Legal bits. Well, thanks to them and us.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
There was another one. Another person who said that apparently Withers says something about us being different and that we have a soul. I did not catch that line. I think we've died the moment we became a Mind Flayer. We may have maintained a soul in some sense of the word. That's the game. We may have maintained a soul in some semblance of the word, but I think the soul was divested from the body as soon as the Mind Flayer took over. Or the tadpole. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the canon ending. The super canon ending. Talk to y'all later. Bye.